taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. This to Hines on the drop-off. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah. Your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned. He's coming for you.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the 3rd quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
He's going deep for Brown. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown. 79 yards.
And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Rodgers on the return. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
There's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
And here's Rodgers to return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to push his way through. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Taylor running right through him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a give to Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Switch.
Taylor. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy. Derrick Henry all alone. 20. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 75 yards. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. Extra point up and through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And not a whole lot doing there as they'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go to the ground again with Taylor. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On now is the Titans punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They run again with Hines. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Back to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
And this one complete to Doolin.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now it's Hines. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 6.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
99 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Khari Willis.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.